Thank you so very much indeed. Madam Rajavi, dear ladies and gentlemen, I think we all in this hall love peace. And now we are in the Council of Europe. We are in the building that was built to guarantee peace after World War II in Europe. And we have a clear recipe for this, and it is human rights, rule of law, and democracy. And when you look at the world, where are these rights most seriously violated? The country is Iran. And that is why we have to do something in relation to Iran. And the core value is the right to life. And when I see young people hanged, murdered in Iran, so that's disgrace of the humanity, and we have to change Iran. I join those in the panel who have condemned the massacre of 1st September. And we can discuss whether it's a war crime, crime against humanity, but the fact is it's international terrorism by Iraqi authorities. And the fact is that assassination of 52 opponents of the Iranian regime has taken place in a place that is not far away from international organizations like United Nations or United States authorities. And we can investigate the case, but the fact is that we know already today the facts. 52 people have been murdered, and some of them have been in hospital, and we have seen the video that quite clearly shows who is responsible. What we have to do is, today, we have to try to pressure all international organizations, and in Europe, especially the European Union and Baroness Ashton, to require immediate release of the 7 hostages taken the 1st of September. And I think the European Union must seriously discuss the relations of the European Union with Iraq if the hostages are not released. And that must be a requirement of ours. Dear friends, remember, we can change the world. And let's work together to change Iran for peace, prosperity, human rights. And let's work for protecting people who are in danger in Iraq. And I think it's the duty of all European nations to try to help these people by all means. Thank you so much for your kind attention.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. May I first of all extend a very warm welcome to Mrs. Rajavi and place my personal acknowledgement for all she has done in terms of human rights and the leadership qualities that she has shown. I think it's a great credit to her and a great credit to her country. You are constantly in our thoughts and in our prayers, and as indeed are all the people, particularly those in Ashraf. I had a prepared speech, but already much of what was contained in that has been uttered. So I don't want to be repetitious, but I want to say how much I share and support everything my colleagues from whichever party in the British Parliament are trying to do to bring justice to this deplorable situation. I get visibly moved every time I hear of all the various incidents and tragedies that take place. And I want to assure everybody here today that there is a strong, very, very strong feeling, certainly in the UK, to bring about that justice. But having said that, of course, I've got to acknowledge, and I wouldn't be true if I did not acknowledge, that we have not done enough in the past. So all I want to do today is to give my personal commitment, along with those of my colleagues, Brian Binley, Alan Neil. I share everything that they've said about this situation. And I know that we will be redoubling our efforts in the future to try and bring justice against this murderous regime that you have to undergo and have to suffer. So I leave you with this thought today, that there will be a redoubling of our efforts in the UK Parliament. I give you my personal assurance that efforts will be redoubled here in the Council of Europe, and together irrespective of what our backgrounds are, we have a right in humanitarian terms to bring about justice to our fellow men, to those who have suffered, to the families that have suffered. And today, I give you the solid commitment of myself and my British colleagues to work towards this end. Thank you very much indeed.
Mr. Rajavi, President-elect of the National Council of the Resistance of Iran, my dear colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I want to express my condolence, my deep condolence in front of this criminal attack. I want to express my condolence to Mrs. Rajavi and to all the members of the family of these victims. Ladies and gentlemen, on the 1st of September, the Iraqi Prime Minister sent a SWAT team, a military unit, on a killing spree at the Camp Ashraf, resulting in the massacring of 52 men and women and the taking of 7 hostages. Had it is, 42 residents survived, and thanks to Mrs. Rajavi's intervention, they are now at Camp Liberty. These individuals are vital witness to this crime against humanity, which in time Malaki and his government will be made to answer for. For now, our priority must be the release of the 7 Ashraf hostages, 6 of whom are women. Malaki must have the hostage released immediately, and it is incumbent on the international community to make a stern and uncompromising representation to the government of Iraq that every action has a consequence, and we have zero tolerance for this atrocity. I am convinced, we are absolutely sure, that the Iraqi government and the US government know exactly where the hostages are. However, heartbreaking has the events of the 1st of September, where it is the clearest indication that we are inching closer to our dreams of a free and democratic Iran. The Iranian regime is involved in a turmoil domestically and international, and it is lashing out in the vain hope of survival. The Iranian regime is terrified of the People's Mujahideen organization of Iran. Why else would they order the execution of unarmed and defenseless residents? They know well that the PMOI and their supporters are sympathizers will not rest until they save the regime in our home and replace it by a secular and democratic government. Every time someone in Camp Liberty or Camp Ashraf is murdered or shot at or injured or bombed, it stains the reputation of the United Nations. Every hour the Ashraf 7 are held against their will, it is 1 hour too long. No more excuses. Put some blue helmets on the ground. Send an observation team to Camp Liberty. Expand the camp so the residents are in sitting ducks. Double the containers, sittings, and return the T-balls, security, vests, and hard hats. As for the U.S., how cruelly were the people of Ashraf and Liberty betrayed. The residents of Camp Ashraf keep their part of the bargain, and they paid the price with their blood. They died with cars issued. They then affirming they protect person status under the 4th Geneva Convention, affirming that they were asylum seekers and persons of concern. 42 Iranian dissidents will not have died in vain. if we ensure the protection of over 3,000 Camp Liberty residents. Let us honor their death by ensuring their dream of a free and democratic Iran and release. We are in the House of Human Rights and Democracy. We hope that one day we can say, welcome at one community with a freedom and democratic Iran.